War Room the Hockey Podcast back with you for another week. This week, very simple. We wanted to put out a good public service announcement for all our listeners, all our loyal listeners, all the ones that stick by us through all the technical difficulties and all the content questions and all such things. This week is one of those weeks. We were putting a public service announcement out for War Room Hockey Podcast as well as our developmental hockey podcast. Want to give you a quick rundown of some of the content you have to look forward to in the coming weeks, as well as kind of give you an update on how we are all doing here with War Room during this whole virus pandemic situation. We'll start with that. We are all safe and healthy. We are quarantined, doing social distancing. We are isolated. We are staying indoors as much as possible. My work continues, so as long as I am healthy and able, I am thankfully still going to work to earn at least a little money for my family, which is a blessing. But otherwise, we are social distancing and we are staying indoors as much as possible. But we are all healthy and safe, which is a blessing. So thank you all who have reached out to ask how we are doing. Thank you all for your prayers. We are praying for you as well, and we hope that you are staying safe, happy, and healthy. War Room Hockey Podcast and our developmental hockey podcast is something that we pride ourselves on. We've always been people who pride ourselves on the developmental side of hockey, and so it's something that we take pride in. When we decided to separate the content a little bit, keep it cleaner, less jumbled for all of you, and separate it and make a developmental side, separate developmental side of things. So it's something that we take pride in. We've always enjoyed it, being coaches, officials, players. In the past, we genuinely enjoy and appreciate the developmental side of things, the proper and correct developmental side of things, when it's done correctly and it properly gives back to not only today's generation and today's kids, but to the game that we all love. So it's something we pride ourselves on. So content to look forward to in the coming weeks: minor hockey player fundamentals, minor hockey coaching fundamentals, NHL perspectives and comparables, GM content on the process of being a general manager and all the ins and outs, scouting, draft retrospectives. We have more redrafts to go through, more years of the redrafts to go through. So that is coming up as well. We also have more PSAs if need be, and just other coming attractions that obviously we can't put our finger on at this moment with so much up in the air and so much uncertainty. But as they come to us, there will be more public service announcements for you to let you in on those things. So anyways, as you all know, I'm Evan Rauer with War Room the Hockey Podcast. I sit here in the studio week after week with my dad. It's something that I enjoy. It's something I take pride in. As of yet, this podcast has yet to really take off in the same realm as some other podcasts, but I am obviously not content with it. I'm not satisfied with it. I want this to be a successful, popular thing. It's something that I'm passionate about. I've always been passionate about the game of hockey, and I'm very passionate about podcasts and sharing my knowledge of things, and just being a voice to the people and for the public. It's something I take passion with, and I'm very proud of. And so I want this to be successful. So in that realm and regard, I am not content, but I am content with our content, and I am content with the way we are doing things. And so it's something that I continue to take pride in. And so I genuinely enjoy sitting across the table from my dad, who coached me for many, many years. And even with his old school hockey mentality, which can tend to clash with my current generation mentality, which, if you've been listening, you've all got to witness firsthand many times. But although it can clash, he is the reason that I love the game, and he's the reason I love the game. He is the person that I enjoy watching hockey with the most. And so to be able to sit across the table from him and talk hockey is a dream come true, and it's real and it's genuine, and so I enjoy it. So Dad, I know you're going to be listening to this PSA. I love you, and I appreciate you joining every week and sharing your knowledge and allowing both of us to talk so passionately about the game that we both love so dearly. So love you, Pop, and thank you for continuing to impart your wisdom and your joy of the game with everybody, including me. So I appreciate it. Anyways, that's things to look forward to in the coming weeks. I want to thank you all for your patience. We've had a lot of issues here with War Room over the past 6 months or so. A lot of technical difficulties with sound, a lot of travel issues where me and Dad have not been in the same room, and that's created some logistics questions and issues about recording episodes. We've had some content questions, like now we've had, which have sometimes been out of our control. A very quiet trade deadline, a very quiet free agency period and off season with free agent signings and things created some content questions. And now, of course, with a suspended NHL season, a canceled CHL season, a canceled CJHL season, a canceled NCAA season, a canceled ECHL season, and everything like that, we are definitely in a situation where content is in question. But we appreciate all our listeners. We say it every week, but it isn't any more true than it is now, and that is our listeners are the driving force behind what we do, and we can't thank you all enough for tuning in and for continuing to tune in and for your continued patience and support. Greatly appreciate it, and there's no way for us to truly say thank you other than to continue to put out the best possible content that we can, so that you enjoy it on your ride to work, on your morning walks, on any situation where you might listen to a podcast. So thank you all for tuning in. I am alone in studio this week for this PSA, but Pop, thank you for joining every week. I know you're listening as well, and I will see you all throughout the hockey community, and just know and trust and have faith, everyone, that once this is all resolved, the hockey community will be bigger, stronger, and better than ever, and I look forward to seeing you all there. So thank you again, and we will see you all next week. Cheers.